whole. I mean, I believe there is this stigma around mental health, especially among Africans. It's something that we don't really talk about it. We don't really dwell on it because we feel like we should be able to, take everything. But it has become, like the expert said, it has become a real problem in this day and age, especially because we are living in a digital age now where everything, it seems like every single thing can oppress you on the internet. So as you know, as a teenager, they are going through puberty, and they are feeling all these things, having all these emotions in their minds, and they are feeling all these things and having depression, and they feel like they have no one to talk to because they feel like their parents can't relate to what they are feeling, and so therefore they keep it inside, and unfortunately and sadly for some of them it leads to suicide. So I this is a very commendable thing that was fostered by the conveners of the conference in Kaduna State, because it helps to promote that awareness that yes, people actually go through this. People actually have mental health disorders, and the social decadence actually among teenagers these days is so rampant that it leads to a lot of the vices in the community. You will see these teenagers grow up to become cult members, some of them taking drugs, abusing drugs, and unfortunately to some of them it leads to their death. So it is something that needs to be talked about more. I believe it's something that needs to be promoted more in schools. Yeah, in schools, not just in Kaduna. I believe every school from every other state in Nigeria should learn from that and begin to talk about these mental health disorders. Like one of the participants said, there needs to be a diagnosis, because you will see the way some teenagers are acting and you'll be like, this is not the normal way. And yeah, they will feel like their parents can't understand, their teachers can't understand, because they feel if they tell them, they'll just ignore it and take it as something light, which is brings me back to my point of that mental health is not taken seriously among Africans, among Nigerians. So there is a need to bring it up for them. I mean, Precious and Zubi, what do you think about this mental health disorder prevalence in the community among teenagers in this day and time?
Yes, Shay, I mean, you're absolutely correct. Is worrying. Recently, if you follow the work of the NDLEA under Buba Marwa, if you follow the level of awareness they've been raising, the activities they've held, all around the country, it paints a very worrisome picture of how much substance abuse, on the one hand, the young people are getting into for whatever reason. And the truth is, it's always very easy to assume that, oh, they are young people. Like, among my friends and I, there's this word that we use in describing young people, like teenagers, children. We say, oh, these ones that don't pay rent. Do you understand? They live rent free, so they eat. They don't have, financial stuff bothering them because they don't pay bills, right? However, beyond that, young people are facing a lot of pressure today, whether it's on the internet, whether it's what they watch on TV, peer pressure, just generally being here. Young people are going through a lot. And the fact that nobody's even talking about the state of their mental health is worrisome. And then some of them, they find escape, in indulging in substances. Some of them, they find escape in, just getting into vices, because it's the only way they can, escape their reality. And also don't forget that some experts have also attributed failures. A lot of times talk about mass failures at national examinations. People are failing left, right, and center. It's been attributed also to the state of these young people, their mental health. Jam that was written several months ago, a young candidate, who was told that they didn't score up to a certain number. I think in the process of checking the result, there was a glitch or something. And the candidate got a wrong result, right? We heard, that candidate committed suicide. And one will wonder, why would you even do that? I mean, you're young. But unfortunately, the actual results came out and the candidate passed. But you see, the question is, what would have pushed such a young person to commit suicide? It's not just the mere thought of not being able to get into school, right?